Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 will come to order. Roll call. Tushar Desai, present.
Scott Wolfschlager, present.
John Eads, present.
Thank you.
Why?
We have already started. So we are going to move to the approval of agenda. Any changes, staff, to the agenda?
There are no changes from staff.
All right, there are no changes to the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Alan moves. Who's the second?
Second, John Eads.
John is a second. All those in favor of approving the agenda as presented, say aye.
Aye.
No ayes, it passes. Next subject is approval of minutes. Staff members or committee members, any changes, corrections that you may have seen?
There's no changes from staff.
Okay. None, is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Paul makes a motion, any seconds?
I'll second that. Scott?
Scott, thank you. All those in favor of approving the minutes as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Paul, are you an aye?
Aye, I'm an aye.
Okay, good, all ayes.
I'm one-minded, I was reading.
All right, thank you. We shall move on to the public hearings. Number one, conditional use permit resolution, residential accessory structure 2744 Clarence Street North. Staff report, please.
All right. Good evening, Chair and Commission. So tonight we have a proposal for a residential garage at 2744 Clarence Street North. Corey and Amy Bateman, the property owners, are proposing to add a second detached residential accessory structure to their property. The property is just over a half acre, and to move forward with the proposal, the property owners are requesting approval of a conditional use permit. The city's comprehensive plan guides the property for low-density residential. The land use designation would include attached and detached single-family housing types, including traditional detached homes or detached townhouses and two-family homes. The proposed land use and proposal for the property meets the intent of the comprehensive plan. The property zoning is R1 single dwelling. The city code regulates the total area for accessory structures based on the parcel size, and also whether the structures are detached, attached, or a combination of both detached and attached. So the proposal to add a second detached garage would exceed the maximum area that's permitted based on the property's lot size and then the existing detached garage that's on the property. So, however, the code does allow the city council to approve an increase in height or area through a conditional use permit. So here is that. Here's the chart that's in the zoning code that references kind of what I was just trying to describe to you there, where we have the property size outlined on the left-hand side, and then it moving over to the right talks about properties that have detached buildings without an attached garage, and then an attached without detached, and then a combination, right? So looking at that, you can see the different lot areas and the different maximum square footage. And to clarify there, we're looking at the building footprint in this case. So the property is just over 32,000 square feet. There's an existing 32 by 34 detached structure, which is a little over 1,000 square feet. And the owners are proposing to build a second structure that would be in the rear of the property, which would be, again, a little over 1,000 square feet, 1,200. So the result would be 2,288 of detached accessory buildings. So just to look at the, to reference that chart, right? So the result is 2,288, and the lot size is 32. So if you look at the lot area, They're going to be the second from the bottom there. And again, for the detached without attached, it's $1,250 is the maximum. So, based on the size of the parcel, code would allow a maximum of $1,250 for those buildings that don't have the attached. The proposal is to add a second detached structure, and again, requesting that the city council approve a conditional use permit. The applicant submitted a certificate of survey, a narrative, and elevations to facilitate the review. Here are the elevation plans that they had put together to give a sense of what their garage will look like. It's got the some of the details on the materials and colors, and as well as the height. The overall height would meet code. And here's the certificate of survey. The property owner had a survey done to understand where the existing structures are on the property and where they could potentially locate another structure. So the two sheds on the north side of the property would be removed if they're permitted to build this second detached structure. So they're not included in the increased area that we're discussing tonight. The applicant has indicated that based on the existing conditions of the home and its exterior, it just wouldn't be practical to build an attached garage, which would increase their maximum area a little bit, up to 1,850 square feet. So there you can see the existing house kind of on the southwest, and then the existing garage straight north there. The two sheds on the north end of the property kind of going towards the back, and then the proposed garage in the back there on the southeast. So the, again, it would exceed by 1,038 square feet. The location would meet required setbacks to the adjacent property lines. The maximum building coverage, height requirements are also met. So the proposal otherwise would comply with city ordinance. It's just a matter of the additional area that they're requesting. We did send out notices to property owners within 500 feet. There were 2 public comments that were received. I did provide a hard copy tonight for everyone. I did also just put an image of those on the screen because I was able to do that easily with these ones. One of the folks that had provided an email comment as well here had called ahead of time and just had some general questions about the proposal, and in the meantime had connected with the property owners and sent a follow-up email. So. There were no staff review comments or requirements based on this, proposed application here. The Planning Commission is holding the public hearing tonight, and the City Council will review and make a final decision on this CUP in December. Staff is recommending approval of the conditional use permit, and I have a recommended action here for you, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, and I know that our applicant is here as well.
Any questions?
So Elizabeth, do any of the sheds play into the square footage?
No, well, in this case, they're not as part of what we've written into this CUP that we're recommending approval. It's not written in there because they've indicated they would remove those.
Yeah.
So they're not factored into what they're requesting.
If they were under 200 square feet, it wouldn't matter anyhow, right?
They would be included in the square footage of the detached buildings in this case.
Okay.
So does that mean that if they choose not to take down any of those units or decide to put one up after the building of this, how does that all work out?
Well, what it means, so with the conditional use permit, I mean, hypothetically, I guess they could come back and request to amend it if they, for some reason, wanted to add additional detached-only structures or an attached, garage structure. They could go through this process again, showing us what they'd like to do and request an amendment to the conditional use permit.
So they would have to get a permit again if they wanted to put a small shed for putting lawnmowers and snow blowers and things like that.
They would amend this conditional use permit, and then depending on the size and the design of it, they may or may not need a permit. I don't know if that would be something you would want to do, but
Well, I was under that under 200 square feet, they don't even need to have a permit.
Right, if it's under 200 square feet, there's no permit required. It's still, the chart that I had referenced earlier, that is still in place, as well as setbacks. So it's got to be 5 feet from the rear and side property line. It's got to meet the front yard setback, which can vary depending on the specific property. But, so those things all still apply, the height. It's just that a permit, a building permit for construction, that's per the Minnesota, the building code, wouldn't require it.
Even if it's just a plastic thing? Okay. I'm just clarifying for my own house, too.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on the details there, but
You come in and get your permit, will you?
Yeah. Especially in front of you guys.
Yeah.
In the survey, it shows that it's 2 parcels of land. Does that not matter that it's 2 separate, so the 2 parcels make up 1 property?
I think maybe if you pull up like it previously was,
And when we had this
Yeah.
done,
Yep.
we had a lot of trouble getting the pins correct and the setbacks all together before we did the complete survey. There was actually 3 lots at one, but now it shows.
yeah,
Gentlemen.
do you mind coming up?
Can you come up? Come up here, give your name, home address, and sign in, and then please explain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put your first and last name, put the address, or you can put applicant, because I know who you are, and then continue on, just for the record for the meeting.
My name's Tim Sellers. I live at 2686 Midvale Place East. Corey's a good friend of mine, and I'm helping him do his project here. So I do construction for a living, and I had like my survey crews out there and stuff like that doing this for him. And there was actually 3 lots there that they had a lot of troubles getting to what the city had on file in documentations where the pins are supposed to be located and the size of the lots. If you put the 2 or 3 together one way, the measurements landed correctly, but if you put 2 and 3 lots together the other way, the measurements were off. So he actually went in and amended all that, and it's all correct now. So it was actually 3 lots, but now it's showing only 2 because of the measurements line up, I guess.
Okay.
So it was a process that we were doing to make this a little bit easier to show locations and setbacks, just because it is a kind of a larger lot and didn't want to have like chicken scratch on paper to turn in, so.
Okay.
Sounds good?
How could there have been 3 lots there? Were they in the back parallel to that, or how did that?
I didn't really get into that too much. It took them about 2 weeks to get it all dialed in and figured out. And it was, what I believe is from what I talked to the survey guy about, the front where the house location was 1 lot, and then there was 2 in the rear. And I believe that they were parallel to each other.
Okay, yeah, like the one next to it.
Sharing Commission, what that gets into is how the area was originally platted and then modified over time. So I was trying to kind of pull that up here if I could, but I won't be able to get it on the screen right this second, but that's my understanding, I'm assuming, of, and when you read the legal
Back
description.
neighbors to this lot at all, like all the lots are angled the other way there, and they're very deep back there, so there's not even no lots completely east of the back property lines.
So, when you read the legal description on the survey too, it references like 4 different lots. It'll say, the however many feet of lot 6, and,
Okay.
So that's what occurred, is over time, those lines were adjusted and combined, split.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, but in this case, what you are talking about is that your question is that what if they will come back and say they want to install sheds over there? You said that is covered by the square footage
Yeah,
of
so
the lot.
I think kind of what I was getting at was, is it considered 1 lot, or is, because it's 2 parcels, is it considered 2 lots?
Yeah.
And they could technically do the same amount on either lot at that point?
It's a good
1 lot.
question.
Yes.
Okay.
But no. That is the property.
Okay,
Yep, they've been
so-
combined. I just pulled up the plat. There's a big yellow line across there, you can see. They've all been combined.
Okay.
That's the other case too.
Sheds.
You can't just put
Permit-
the
oh,
structure on
so
the
if they're
property.
over
It has to have
200
a
square
house
feet.
And a structure. You just can't put up a shed on the empty lot.
Yeah, you can't just, yeah,
Right.
okay, okay.
All right. Okay, any other questions of staff? We broke the protocol of opening up the public hearing, but is there anybody else who wishes to come in and speak regarding the proposal here? The owner of the home wishes to say anything? Nope, you're good? Okay, good.
Are you related to the Batemans that run the construction there on Atlantic?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, okay,
Okay, that's good.
okay,
I have the bacon on.
okay.
Deals on the side.
Yeah.
All right.
I work for Dave Fleischacker.
That's what we denied.
Is that Barris's property that's in the back there, or is there lot one more over? Barris's? Barris? Yeah.
Oh, Barron's, yeah.
Barron's, yeah.
Barron's, yeah, all those lots run like 600 deep on Coleman Avenue, and then mine, yeah, runs the other way.
So yours butts up to theirs then?
Yeah, they're 2 down.
Oh, okay, okay,
From behind my gate area.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. If there are no more offers to come up, we'll close the public hearing. Any other questions, Planning Commission members?
No.
If there aren't any, is there a motion?
I'll motion to approve a conditional use permit resolution for a residential accessory structure on the property 2744 Clarence Street, North, subject to certain conditions of approval.
I'll second that.
Tom and Paul seconds. All right, all those in favor of approving the proposal as presented, say aye. Aye. There are no noes, motion passes. It'll go to the city council in December. They'll make the final decision.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Elizabeth, I did have one other question. Do they, I know we don't do a lot of these, but is it likely that they approve these?
Conditional use is per, like, land use. It's considered a permitted use. And that the city can, they would have to come up with findings not to approve it, that that approval of that conditional use permit would somehow, be hazardous, or there would be, there's strong reasons why it would be impactful on the neighborhood. They would have to outline those findings. So a conditional use is considered a permitted use. The city is, they can provide what's considered reasonable conditions on the use. And so those are what you put in the conditional use permit, the items, those conditions of approval that were outlined in there. So the city can place conditions of approval to mitigate any impact. That's why it's a conditional use, meaning there's a chance there could be a concern or a reason why we want to take a look at
It'd have to be a pretty big red
this.
flag then.
And so that's why we're requiring a conditional use permit. But yes, it's effectively considered a permitted use.
Okay.
Okay. Public hearing number 2, Horizon Real Estate, 1790 Jervis Court East. Staff report.
Okay. 1 second.
How many shades do you have on your lot?
10.
How is that one?
He's a farmer. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so our next item here, Horizon Real Estate is proposing to add motor vehicle sales to its property at 1790 Gervais Court East. The site is just over 2 acres. Horizon Tire and Auto, a motor vehicle maintenance garage, is currently operating there. And to move forward with the proposal, the applicant is requesting approval of a conditional use permit and setback variance. Oh, goodness, what happened here? I don't know why that did not change. Well, so motor vehicle sales are permitted on the property, and the motor vehicle maintenance garage requires a conditional use permit. So the site was built and historically used as a motor vehicle repair shop. However, it doesn't hold an existing CUP for that vehicle repair. And then storing the vehicles outside for sale would require the site to have a CUP. City code requires both vehicle sales and repair be at least 350 feet from any property that the city plans for residential use. And then the additional request that they're making tonight for the setback variance would be due to its proximity to the residential property to the north. So the oh my goodness. I don't know why this did not update. I am so sorry. I'm just gonna have to reference, We'll keep this up. I must have grabbed the wrong one on here, or it didn't update. I apologize for the confusion.
Yeah. You wouldn't have said anything, we wouldn't have known.
Well, not to blame it on the drive, but sometimes it doesn't always update right away. Okay, so I'm wondering why. One second. If I could just pause for one moment here.
When she said that it doesn't update,
Just wanna
is it different from what you have in your?
It must, if it's a newer update.
So it must-
She's looking for the zoning map and it's not showing up.
Oh my goodness, none of those changes are in there. Well,
But Elizabeth, the
I will
one,
just continue on without it. I
No.
just won't, you have the images, they just unfortunately won't be on the screen.
but in my attachment, that same image that you said was wrong is on it as well. It's right here.
So it wasn't the image, I think it was just the text that was there.
Yeah.
The
It's
text
all
was
there.
wrong.
No, it shouldn't be, no. What I was referencing that was incorrect there is the PowerPoint slides. I don't know what happened to them, but they didn't update. So I will just speak with you about this.
All right.
So back to the proposal here. So they submitted their interior floor plan and a site plan. Regarding their parking requirement, a motor vehicle maintenance garage requires 2 spaces for each service stall and 1 space for each employee. 1 space for each business vehicle that's stored on the site, and automobile sales requires 1 space for each 500 square feet of gross indoor display area. The building will not have that indoor display area, and so if we were to consider their exterior display area for the sales, that would require, I believe it's 1 stall. Right now, there's 1 employee at the repair shop, and they're anticipating hiring between 2 and 3 employees in the next 18 months. The applicant currently does not have company vehicles on the property, but could have up to 4 company vehicles on the site if they proceed with the vehicle sales. The repair shop has 4 service bays, and the vehicle sales would only use a small portion of the interior. So based on that, their use of the property, 16 stalls would be required for the repair business. The plans identify 36 parking stalls, and that are currently striped, and that includes the 12 near the center that would be used for displaying the vehicle sales. And I think some of those images I can show you. It's just, I don't know why it's like this. If we go to, yeah. If you go to the PowerPoint slide there, sorry. You can see their site plan on the right-hand side, and then there's some images. So these are the stalls where they're planning to have the, it's gonna be page, yeah, there we go. So these are the 12 stalls facing Highway 36 on the south side of their building, looking south. That's in the middle of their existing parking lot that they're proposing for the vehicle sales. So the conditional use permit, again, it would cover the repair portion of the business, as it doesn't hold a CUP currently, and then also for storing those vehicles outside there. The setback variance for 350 feet to the property that is planned for residential use, that's going to be across the street there on Jarvis Court. And the property now currently has a large undeveloped area. And you can see that if you go to the overview map, that's on here. So if you look at the overview map, you'll see outlined in red the property boundaries, and then the building on the south end of the property, closer to Highway 36. The large, kind of portion of that on the north is undeveloped, and then the residential homes are across Gervais Avenue there in Gervais Court. So the setbacks there, the building and parking lot where the business is operated is well over the 400 feet. However, the property line, when you're measuring from property line to property line, that's where that setback is not met. So staff reviewed the variance findings, and those variance findings are outlined in the report, that a variance request meets state statute, and when it's in harmony with the city's goals and policies in our ordinance and comprehensive plan, and meets the practical difficulty standard. The practical difficulty standard is the three factors are reasonableness, uniqueness, and essential character. So in our review of this proposal, the zoning ordinance permits a vehicle maintenance garage and a vehicle sales business to be located on the property. And similar light manufacturing auto-oriented businesses have operated here on this site historically in this neighborhood. The subject property was constructed in 1988 and has been used this way for several years. And the adjacent residential properties to the north were developed between 1999 and 2014. So after the existence of this property as a repair shop. So finally, the properties are zoned to permit the use. It's been used in this manner before the adjacent neighborhood was developed, and so we don't believe it will change that essential character in that area. So staff is recommending approval of this proposal, and I have a motion in your report.
Is there any designation on how the vehicles have to be parked or anything for looks or anything? It doesn't matter where they park them or how or?
No, we don't have a designation for how they're parked, no. I mean, just that they'll be in those stalls that they've designated, the 12 parking stalls. But there's no requirement for how they're parked.
No, I mean the off sales, aren't they, or did I miss something? Aren't they
There was 12 stalls that were dedicated for the off-sale parking.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're going to continue that or not?
Yeah, that was the location they were going to use.
Okay, okay.
That's for the sales, yeah.
Okay.
So, Elizabeth, they did not have a CUP despite the fact that they were doing the repair work all along?
That's correct. So it's my understanding, my best guess is they've been operating there prior to that CUP requirement. That business has been there, or a repair business has been there for a number of years. And so the conditional use permit now, the requirement to obtain that was first initiated because of the request to have vehicles stored outside for the sales. And then, in looking in the property file to see if there was a CUP to amend, we found that there wasn't one. And so we're adding in the repair to that CUP now.
Okay.
And I apologize, I can't put the motion or the conditions up on the screen.
Oh, we got it.
But the PowerPoint presentation I had put together did not save correctly, so.
Are there other kind of license they have to get too, like EPA things for disposal of hazard, like, gas and oil and?
So I guess there's a couple photos that I could show you in there, but they have like a paint booth already. Some of those are on there, but not all of them. on the presentation, if we
Are
pull
those
that.
all like state
it's-
licenses?
Yes.
Yeah, so I know our fire department looks at some of that too, but it's, yeah, through the,
Disposal is state
you
mandated and county,
go-
both.
Okay.
So,
there's just more pictures of that there.
So how?
This is not how it was supposed to look, but.
they have to go and apply.
So what if they don't?
So they have a paint booth, they have some lifts there, and that's the area where they conduct their repair. That's the interior of the building.
They have been repair shop before.
Yeah.
So they have met that condition.
No, but
They
they,
just adding seal.
we get that. It's more to do with his question is the disposal of waste material. Like, that's a paint booth that you see. Now they are using paint. How do they dispose of the waste?
Yeah.
That's a county and state affair, not the city of Maplewood.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they have been in that level before as a repair shop. So
Not
they
under
must
the
have
law.
met their requirements.
But he's wondering if they are following the law or not.
Well, to answer your question,
Not our
Chair and
business.
Commission, to answer your question, yes. There seems to be more of a discussion about this. To answer your question, this proposal is distributed to our project review team, which includes our fire department, engineering, so folks in public safety, folks over in engineering, our building department. So everyone's had a chance to take a look at it, and there were no concerns at this time based on the existing business or the proposed addition of the vehicle sales.
So what's to make sure that they do get those other licenses?
We do have, I believe I have a condition on there. Let's look. On the property owner must contact, it's the last condition, number 10 in the resolution. The property owner must contact the city's licensing division to obtain any required licenses for the businesses that operate on the property. Yep. So if they have repair and sales, or if someday they decide to not have repair or not have sales, regardless, if a new business comes in, they would be updating that information with the city to keep the conditional use permit active.
But now they have to comply.
That's right.
Okay.
Was there a maximum? I didn't get a chance to read the whole report. Was there a maximum amount that they can have?
For the number of vehicles?
Yes.
Right now, we have, they've indicated they want to have 12, and so that's what we've put into the conditional use permit.
Okay.
So that's condition number 2. It says the applicant may have up to 12 motor vehicles displayed for sale. The location of the motor vehicle display area is approved as shown in their site plan in the report. And if they want to modify the location or add additional vehicles, they would come back and request an amendment to this conditional use permit.
Okay. Any other questions? Is the requester in the public who wishes to come and speak? Nope. All right, we will close the public hearing. Thank you. Is there a motion?
So the motion's going to be in your planning commission
You guys,
report.
anyone have it, or? John? John's got.
I'll make a motion to approve a conditional use permit resolution for the property at 1790 Gervais Court East, subject to certain conditions or approval.
And Tom seconds, so we have a proposal and a second. All those in favor of approving the Horizon Real Estate as presented, say aye. Aye. There are no noes, the motion has passed. Any new business today?
Second motion.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Second
Yeah, there's a
motion,
second one.
make the motion to approve the setback variance resolution for the property at 1790 Gervais Court East.
Okay, John made the second one. Is, Tom, you the second again?
Second again.
Okay, thanks. So we shall vote for the second one. All those in favor of approving item B of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. There are no noes.
Well, the only problem I have is with the pronunciation of Jarvis Street.
Okay.
Is it Jarvis?
It's pronounced Jarvis, but everybody says Jarvais when it's
Because
pronounced
it's-
Jarvis.
Jarvis,
It's Jarvis, yeah.
Okay. Change the spelling, will you?
sounds fancy.
Jarvais, is it French?
Yes, it is.
Probably.
You guys know it as Jarvis, right?
My wife's name is Jarvis, and it's Jarvis, so I'm.
There you go. See? Now she's got it right. No new business?
There's no, yep, nothing from staff.
Unfinished business, that are none. Commission, any members, anything you have asked for? No? Yeah?
No.
No, okay. Staff presentations?
Nothing else from me.
There are no visitors, so we'll adjourn at 7:35 PM. Thank you.
You can go.